Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Easter Monday. Happy celebrations. And how are you guys doing? Good morning to me. If you're alive here with us this morning, kindly tell us your name and where you're joining us from. That is, if you feel like it. So last week, Friday, was very, very busy for everybody. The camp is closing today, of course. But from this week, everything will go back to normal. So let's go around what we have for today. Yeah, most of us have holidays. Most of you guys that work have holidays. So I'm not going to rush anything, but I'm not going to be here for long because our first clinic is this morning, and then that will be the end of the camp today. So let's go over what we have for the week and see how we're going to engage with the market. So I'll say this before I start, right? My FS book is just something you should know about. It's something that your brokers recognize as news events. It's something that your prop firm recognizes as a news event. But in the current market that we're facing, it's no longer something that moves the market like it used to. So now, the only person you should be following that might alter your trading or anything is the White House. White House. You can follow Trump, you can follow White House, you can follow Poros, you can follow anything that brings out news that happens in the US. That was something you should follow. Something happened last week. On Thursday, I was on a trade. I was buying silver, I was buying gold. I was already up 2 hours waiting for 3 hours for me to close. I'm like, oh, there's no way this thing will not hit. I don't know. I don't know that night. That's of all the nights. That's the night that Trump wants to go and speak. Around 2 a.m. And funnily enough, I was awake. I was awake, and that's how my 6 hour gold came back to break even to my SL even because I left the SL open. It came back to my SL. My silver smashed my SL, and I woke up and saw it. I'm like, maybe it's just slippage. And I put my because the buy for silver is still back to break even and of stuff. I had to put my break even again and went in. I woke up SL. Imagine waking up to an SL. So I'm not asking, structure like this thing is fine. What's happening and everything? I checked because I watched Arise News, the business day and everything. And I figured that this man spoke around 2 a.m. He's not NFP, he's not CPI, he's not non-farm, he's not non-farm payroll, he's not PPMI, he's nothing serious. Just carry mic, begin talk. Oil was pumping, gold was dumping, silver was dumping. So, in as much as we have news factory for forex trading and everything, but please incorporate Trump to whatever you're doing right now. Be open. Listen to news that, like, man, this is something that pays you. Even if you are you're trading as a side hustle, for the fact it pays you money, at least pay some attention to the news happening around the world. Yeah, it not really concern you. If you think it not really concern you, it not concern me. But it's affecting you more than the country that are even under the attack. Iran petrol price, fuel price is not the way it's high in Nigeria. So you can't say it's not affecting you. It's affecting you. Even worse than the people that are the one at the war. So the least you can do is pay attention. My eyes will not be everywhere because if I saw that news, if I knew that he was speaking around that time, I'm not going to be trading. At least I know today he'll be speaking around 1 p.m. Today he'll be speaking, today he'll be bombing Iraq again because they gave them 48 hours ultimatum to stop the war and to open the Strait of Hormuz and everything. And those things did not happen. So which means he's going to be doing something today. So what am I doing? I'm trading today because I already have that news. He can decide not to even do anything today because it is him. But what do you do? Just stay vigilant. That's the only thing. Just stay vigilant. So let's go to what we have for today. For USD card, the daily time frame is bullish. It's bullish, breaking up this high already, and then trying to really push above this one. And with this, you can continue up until this side. But my own is I'm not waiting for the everything to happen before I start engaging. I've already broken above this place, and I tell you that time, once price breaks above this, and comes back, we're ready to buy. But we're not buying off this immediately because it can leave this POI and then still buy from this breaker using this as liquidity, but this one has already been triggered and it's sold. So once price breaks above here and comes back pretty well on the 1 hour, we are ready to buy. Now the question is, where are we buying to? Where are we buying to? First off, we're seeing some here. This place is better. At least the first target is here. So once price breaks here, which has already been done, and then comes back, there's no POI here for me to do anything. So the only place I can say there's a POI for me now is this. And if I go down 1 hour, 45 minutes, so it's still that. So this will be my liquidity. And from here, we are good to go. So if price comes back here, so we are good to go. Our target is where? Here. So from here to here, that will give us a decent 1:5, if I'm not mistaken. 1:5, if I'm not mistaken. Boom. I say, oh, 1:6. Let me just be, let me be, this is better. So this can give us a decent 1:5. But remember, from 1:2.5, 1:3, you're already closing partials and all that, so that you don't just get trapped. You don't just get trapped. That is simple. So once price gets back here, you're in. I'm going to set this to the Telegram immediately. So the second one we're looking at for is GBP USD. GBP USD will give us 1 week of glory, 1 week of tears, 1 week of glory, 1 week of tears. Last week was better. Last 2 weeks was better. When we had the sell, and last week was tears, took us out and still dumped. So the question is, are we still bearish on GBP USD? My answer is hell yes, we are. Hell yes, we are. Since the month of February, we've been buying, selling. We've never had any major loss on GBP USD because I leave all these things here. So even when we're journaling our trade for the end of the year, you not say that this channel lost money. Yes, we'll lose trades, but you cannot say that we are not profitable at the end of the end of the year. That's why I'm leaving them. From February, this is a win. 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 This is a loss. So how many wins now? And just one loss, and then this second loss. So you cannot say that we are not doing something spectacular on the channel. We are, unless you're just joining us or you're not paying attention well. So we are still selling. But the thing is, we're not just going to sell from anywhere because we want to make money. No. We're not a trader that rushes to make money. We don't do that here. We follow precision. We follow everything. We follow all our confluences. And even if we lose money doing the right thing, it is expected than doing the wrong thing and then make money. It better make you make money by following the rules than making money without following the rules. Because one day, that thing in your head will not work for you. And when it doesn't work for you, that's when you get angry and start blowing accounts. You can't look at this and tell me that GBP or whatever is bullish. You can't. You can't do that. So looking at this like this, it's purely bearish. So the question now is, how do you engage? And I've already seen a clean inefficiency. I don't know, but if you're on the chart now, you're looking at this GBP USD. What is the clean inefficiency you're seeing here for you to sell? What is that? Where is your POI? Is it? You don't even miss it to even give what is it called? Give pointers. Tell me on the chart, if you're on this chart right now. Let me open it very well. I want to sell this guy. Where should be my POI? There are 2 points of interest right now looking at us. But which one are you taking? At least if everybody here fails it, I believe Timmy will not fail it. Don't fall my hand. If everybody on this chart fails it, Timmy, you should not. If you're looking at this GBP USD now, where do you want to position yourself from? Of course, our target is somewhere is here. But where are you positioning it from? What is the inefficiency you're seeing in this place right now? Remember the last week on, we saw this inefficiency from the from the daily time frame, what did we see? We saw this fair value gap here, and we used it. This one did not tap us in. We waited. This one tapped us, took us out before dumping. So because even if we use this daily candle as an inefficiency, we should have put our SL above the daily candle wick. Above. We should be in this trade still. But then we didn't. That is a mistake from my end. But then no problem. That's gone. Today is another week. What are we? Where are we selling from here? And what is the mistake we made last time on this sell that we're not going to make again on this sell? Someone tell me on the chat. There's a previous SL point, and then before the FVG. So if you've always been on the chart, if you've always been here, you know that I say all my entries, I give it all out. You only need to go and find it out. Your job is to go and find it out. If you go from the dailies here, from the daily time frame here, there's nothing for you to sell from here. There's nothing. Everything was closed. It's closed. I am not a swing trader, remember. So from 4 hours now, because you're looking for something to enter with, from 4 hours now, you're seeing order block here. But if you remember, I've told you how to mark out a correct order block. This guy is not really correct. These ones, they are the same size. This one and then this one engulfs it. But if you look at those two things, you see that there is a fair value gap from here to here, which has areas of liquidity. So with this and this being the liquidity, your POI is already here. Nothing again. Nothing. You don't even need any other thing again. Your own is just put your stop loss, because this is a swing trade, of course. This is 4 hours. You can wait for price to come back into this and then sell. But it already tapped it from here. If it comes back again, you're good. The mistake we made the other time is that the candle that gave us the wick, we did not cover it properly. But for now, we are. Once beaten, twice shy. And it gave us a decent 3.7 risk to reward. Simple. That is how it should be. It does not mean that, oh, this thing is already the holy grail, you're not going to hit SL, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. You will still hit SL. But that does not mean that you will not make money at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the month at most. I've had some bad weeks, but I didn't end with a bad week, obviously. I've had some bad months. I've not even had a bad month in the past. Last year, I did not have any bad month. The only bad month I had is 1%. And that's the only bad month. So the more your money grows in trading, the more you become selective. That's why you see people like Kevin Talent making 15-hour, 11-hour for a week, and they are fine because they have capital. People like that making 3-hour in a month, 5-hour in a month, and they're having $200,000. That's because they have the capital. But you don't have. Your highest trading account is $10,000 funded account. Your highest money is $200. So how can you be confident in making? Yes, there is money inside, but I mean, be realistic. There's nothing that money can do for you. $10, 10-hour in a month is 10%. 10% of $200. Risking $10. What is that? That's $100. So just go and buy a 5K account. 10% of 5K account is $500. That's money everywhere. That's like $700K. 10% of $10,000. That's $1,000. That's like 1.3, 1.4. So that's at least that starts being money. So that's the reason why you need a community that makes more profit, more risk to reward. And then when you grow, you cannot start being selective. They don't trade every day. They don't trade every week. They don't trade till they see it. It doesn't mean you cannot see it every day, but they no longer have that time to be in there every day looking for it and everything. So, coach, what if the market broke structure and the FVG is there? Which should we use, the OB or the FVG? There are confluences that you use. There are confluences that you use. They are all yours for the taking. Remember when I talked about liquidity. Liquidity is not just only liquidity that you are seeing like this. Liquidity can be FVG. There is Jaden. Only thing he trades is FVG, and he makes money. Liquidity is also FVG. FVG is a void. When a price leaves it just there, just imagine the dump. Nothing happened here, nothing happened here, just left it open like that. It means that it will drag price back to it. On the daily time frame too, you look at the FVG that we sold from. If you look at this one, let me open it more. Look at this candle. It was closed by this one. Look at this one. It was closed by this one. But look at this one. It wasn't closed. It started somewhere here and ended here. This small space in between is that FVG. And our price did. After even dumping below, normally, once price broke this structure here, there's no business of it coming back. But FVG must be closed. They are liquidity points. It drags price to it. So if this guy just went and dumped, boom, TP has been hit. So which means he left that FVG open there. But price will come back to FVGs no matter what. Price will come back to them. Price will come back to FVGs. Once you see all those spaces, price will come back to it. Yeah, this one now is empty. Okay. Yeah, this one is empty. Price will not come back to it. This one is empty. This one is empty. Price will come back to it. If price not come back to it, means say there is, look at it. There is open close key level here that price tapped and left. Where is another one? Look at this one. Price came back to it. Here. Are you seeing it? Price came back to it, tapped it, only it, and dumped. That is FVG for you. If you start looking around for it, you see plenty of them. Look at this FVG now. Look at this one. From here to here, price tapped into it, and boom. We have another one. There are many, but the point is, make sure the FVG appears in your point of interest, your POI, not anywhere. It shouldn't be anywhere in the market. Look at this one again now. So now, for example, now you want to buy from this support, right? And then from this support, that broken structure above here like this now, broken structure above and then came back. These are liquidity and then came back. So now, if you put your entry here, you are correct. But if you put your entry here, from this FVG here to here, you are more correct. You've made money already with this first move. You've already closed at TP from this point before price came back for your OB. Are you seeing it? So this one is a different topic for another day, I beg. But they are all confluences. If you see your OB and then see your FVG in the same POI, that is more confluence, which means you're more confident in the trade. If you see your liquidity, like this one we're going to take now, the liquidity is clear. Everything there is normal, like it. Look at it. The liquidity is clear. Even for 5 minutes, look at the FVG there, it's clear. So once price has broken down again, when price comes back, it's just tap and play and done. It's the only thing that would define this thing is if only you just want to give us Ella. But this trade is high probable. From the point of interest, from the top set. From the top, I mean from the structure is bearish. From the time frame is not lower time frame, is for 1 hour. From the direction, everything is correct. From your confluences, your entry points, your reason for entry, the liquidity, the break of structure, the POI, they are all complete. So what again do you have to worry about? Only your risk. So I've not actually a waste. I've spent more time on GU. So let's go to the third one, GBP NZD. This guy is bearish. Like I said, our buy is still active. Nothing to talk about it. The buy is still active. We are waiting for it to get to this point. And if it didn't, I don't know. But if you're holding this thing, of course, nobody will hold this thing over the weekend. So that is just it. There's only obstacle that we have here is this current place where the price is now. This breaker block here. And now we have broken it already, so we are going up. After that one, there's another one here. Another one here. And after that, there's another one here. And then after that, boom. You just follow it like that. But I'm decent that it's going to get to that point. So that is for GBP and ZD. So for the next one, USD this guy has been bullish, and I said it since. So when someone sends me that is bearish, blah blah blah, I'm like, price. I've said this about it before. When a price will accumulate, and then the same price will do what? Will manipulate, and then the same price will do what? Either buy or sell. What am I doing? I don't press point. And then the same price will do what? Distribute. Manipulation is in a point of where price is doing something like this. There's no normal direction. Sorry, accumulation. And then manipulation is when it takes out the sellers, takes out the buyers, and then finally start realigning to the right side of the direction. So that is what this guy did. Of course, price is bullish. This is 4 hour time frame, for crying out loud. You cannot see anything other than that. And once price comes to, I've said this thing before, once price takes out a high, it obviously have to retest back. If there's no liquidity, there's no liquidity. Market is something that it's, how do I explain this in common terms? Jesus Christ. I don't know how to explain it in common terms. At least for now, it's not coming to my head. It's not coming to my head. But let me use this analogy. Because you ate yesterday, doesn't mean you not eat today. Because you had your bath and you had your bath yesterday, you brushed your teeth and everything, doesn't mean you not do it today. I don't know if this analogy entered. It did not enter. How do I even explain this thing? It is a circle. Thank you. It's a circle. It's a circle. It's a cycle. If it does not complete, it will not repeat. If it does not complete, it will not repeat. Everything that happened here, they're all repetition of what have happened before. You broke a structure, liquidity, POI. Broke a structure, liquidity, POI. Broke a structure, liquidity, POI. Broke a structure, liquidity, did not come back. Broke a structure, POI. Broke a structure, liquidity, POI. And this is the last one I broke. This is the last place. So before price gets to this one at that extreme, do you think it will not go back and break another structure? It will. It will. That's why it came back. After giving us 2.something hour here, it came back to the extreme. Because remember, this one that broke structure jumped up and just came back and left. This one I took here was just re-entry. So after everything that happened, it came back again to that POI that was not tapped. And it tapped. I did not just put my limit there. No, I want to know, is price really still bullish? Or I want to measure ahead and then start dumping. I waited for it to reject. And then I took this entry from fair value gap, FVG. It's not from other block again. Fair value gap. Other blocks have even worked, but fair value gap. So when I took it from fair value gap, I scaled down to 45 minutes and I took my other entry. And I told you why I got this entry. Before I got it, I told you. It's on the live. Look at it. Look at it. It's in the Monday morning. Look at it here. Monday, 23 March, 26 March, 23 March, yes. And on Tuesday, it triggered. So I told you before it happened. I didn't just say it. And from that place now, I told you, once price gets to this place, get out of your trade. At least that is decent 5 hour. And I told you that clearly. Yes, price will get to the extreme, but at least be realistic with your targets, in as much as you're realistic with your stop loss. because you can be a very good risk manager and you will not make money, because your entry is as important as your exit. Your entry is as important as your exit. I've seen people tell me that my overall TP is always 4R. Why do you come to that conclusion? And they cannot answer me. Why do you come to the conclusion that I'm comfortable risking 1%, but now my target must be 4R? Why? Is it tested by your strategy? I didn't just wake up and say I'm going to be doing 3R. No, I didn't wake up to do that. I backtested. I figured that all my trades goes to 3R before any valid pullback. It moves at least 3R before any valid pullback. So what do I now do with that information? I don't want to be in the market for so long. Once price taps me 3R, I'm out. Does it mean that it cannot give me 5R? It can, but 3R gives me peace of mind. You know, you don't want to enter a job that you'll be trading with your heart in your hands. You don't want to enter a job that once you put on a trade, you're palpitating because of what? Your risk is too much. You don't know your targets. You just go in with the vibe. This is no longer a vibe. If you know that 2026 wants to be a vibe for you, just leave my channel for now. It's no longer a vibe. It is no longer a vibe. If you say, I want to be making any TP that I hit should be at least $10. If for the end of the year you made $100, you know how much that is? That's like 1.5 million for the year. What is the minimum wage to start with? 77K times 12. That is like 920 something thousand. If you not put your logistic, you're going to work, your transport, your everything, and then you made it with just $10. Are you seeing the money is not the problem? We are. I said we because I'm included. I was there at some point. So for the fact if you're decent to risk 1% on your prop account, say that my trade gives me an average of average. I use average for a reason. This is why. Let's just use only this one now, for example. Just from the buy, not even the sales. This one is 9R. But where did it go? It went to 5R before any pullback. I mean any pullback. I don't mean small pullback and then going up again. No, any pullback, 5R. This one, 3R. Before, are you seeing the 3R and then the pullback? I mean from the tapping, from the entry here. 3R before any pullback. This one here, 3R before any pullback. This one here, this one did numbers, at least 5R. But if I see out of my 10 trades that have hit TP, 3R always has this pullback around them. The pullback is not pulling back to Excel most of the time because I follow the structure. So imagine how much money I will make as a swing trader. Just imagine that. As a swing trader, how much money I will make. So that's why I'm growing gently with prop firms. So when I'll start risking 1,000 in a life account, if I risk $1,000 here and I'm holding it throughout Friday, this is $10,000. Okay, this is $9,000 already. It is on my life. It's not even a prop account. It is on a life account. If I have 10K in one single trade, will I bother trading again for that week? And now, I myself will still have students that are beginners wanting to make money every day. Can I start overworking myself to give them more money every day? I won't, because nobody helped me when I'm starting out. So when you see these people giving you free signals, they don't compel themselves to do it every day, because now they have the money, they have other things that are doing that's working for them. When they see it, they want to be sure that this trade is 100% before they put their money on the line. But we are still hungry. You don't have to be that patient. You don't have to keep waiting for them. That's why I don't even advise you going to any signal provider, because when they don't give you, you don't eat. You should do these things for yourself. You should try. Do it for yourself. But then if you still want to stay around, you're welcome. But best believe I'm going to be doing this one till anything happens. But I'm not going to promise you a lifetime, because I don't own my life. So it's high time you learn the skill for yourself if you really want to maximize the forex market. Finally, we have GBP card. And like I told you the last time, this guy is ranging. Remember, I've told you about accumulation, what is it called? Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. And I remember I even made the example this morning. So now, if you're trying to sell from here, SL hit. Trying to buy from here, SL hit. You have taken out the up and the down. So now let's know where it's headed. Is it going down or going up? But from the structure, you know that it was bearish up until this time. So now it is bullish. So bullish nature means buys. So the only thing I can say is from the 4 hours, if he has the mind to come down to this place, you can buy. At least using these ones as liquidity, you can buy. But for me, I'm still skeptical about it, because I don't know his plan. I don't know the plan. He can sweep out all these ones and then dump. But if he didn't sweep out all these ones, you just stop somewhere here and it's coming back, taps here, you can sweep above and go. But remember, you did not get to attack. Okay, you did actually. You get to attack before reversing. So I'm the buy. Can go with that. Let's see how it goes before the week ends. So 1 is to 3 ends here, descent. So that is it. So delete. So you can see this particular trade now, we've missed a lot of setups on it from January. TP, TP, SL, TP, SL, TP, missed, SL. It's decent. It is decent. How many trades just from here? I'm not entering December and whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trades. Lost how many? 1, 2, 3. And then 1 missed, and then 4 win. 4 win is approximately 3, 3, 3. I'm using 3, 3 arrow. 3, 3. But if you look at all of it, this one is 4, this one is 5, this one is 4, this one is 5, this one is 5, and then so all of them are approximately 5. So that's 20R minus 3. That's 17. Minus it's 2 SL now. Okay, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. It's 17 risk reward from January till now. 17 risk, that's 17%. But the point is, we don't have enough capital. That is the problem with traders. There's no capital. But if you're using a prop firm, this one, phase 1 passed. Phase 2, you lost 1, no problem. And you're up 3% minus the loss you took here, you're up 3%. This one, you lost again, you're down 2%. You won this one, 5%. 2% plus 5% is 8%. Phase 2 passed. Your life account missed. Your life account, you are down 1%. Are you seeing it? So it's not that hard. The question is, are you disciplined enough? This is just one pair. This is just one pair. So sit down, plan this thing, and it's not going to be easy. Nobody promised you easy. I've never come here and tell you that forex trading is easy. I've never done that. Nobody promised you easy. But one thing I'll promise is this: it's worth the while. It is worth the while. Give it your time, give it your energy, be disciplined about it, and at the end of the day, you will smile. I have a student that for the past 2 years, no shishi. But now, last week, he made a payout on a 5K account, $500. This week again, he's already ready for another payout, just one account. And I trust trading that no matter the losses you took, I'm not telling you anything, no matter the losses you took. The highest, once you start being profitable, the highest it can take you to recover all of them is 1 year. 1 year is too much, but let's just be unrealistic. The highest it will take you to recover all. I didn't say part. How much do you want to blow? How much have you lost? How much have you lost? Now before it's lost almost $700,000 last month in a single trade. In a single trade. So have you lost 1% of that? Have you? Highest thing you've lost, everybody in my life here now, highest money people have lost here is not more than $2,000. If you've lost more than that, just state on the chat. At least I know all of you personally, not like personally. At least I've known all of you. Highest money you've lost in trading is not more than $2,000. So why are you not going all in? Why are you not going all in? So that is my charge for this week. Oh, that's my charge for you for this week. So the next thing before we shut down is talking about the news you have for the week. I already told you before that the news is inconsequential, but in as much as it's inconsequential, it doesn't mean that you just throw it away. It's inconsequential but necessary, because that is what your prop firms pay attention to. If you trade it, whether there's move or there's no move, you collect their money from your head. That is one thing they know how to do. So have that in your head while doing anything. So I'm going to be sharing my screen to show you the news that we have this week. 3, 5, 4. So with that, you get prepared for what's coming for the week. And personally, like I said, I'm not waiting for today. I'll just watch the news and see what this guy is doing and what his plans are. My positions I have open are still there. I have a buy open position on my 100K account. I have a buy on gold. I have a buy on silver. That one not really concern you. I'm just saying it. So for you to know that I'm off the chart, but that's already what is playing, and I'm already open with XL or TP. So, and the trade was gotten from a 4-hour perspective. So there's no news. I'll take it out unless the news is stupid. Why is this thing wasting my time? Everything I'm doing now need authentication, because everybody is working overtime to make sure that they hack your account. So make sure your logins. Okay. Make sure your logins are safe. Private keys or personal keys, just make sure they're safe. So when anybody hacks your account, they'll still bail you to come and check what is happening. So let's go and check what the news we have for today. I know they are retired, and I don't want to do this thing, but if you have any pair you want me to look at, I'll look at it. For you, I'm not sending it to the group. I'm not sending it to anybody to see. I'm not putting it on the channel. I'm not putting it on my wait list or my watch list. Just for you alone. Just type it on the comments and I'll check it. We have less than 14 minutes before we close for today. So today is Monday, April 6th. We have high impact news on USD in 6 hours time. And then Tuesday, this week is packed. Tuesday, we have ADP, durable goods, around 12:30. So that's 13, yeah, 12:30. On Wednesday, we have FOMC. FOMC, that's night, so I'm not always there, so I don't really care. FOMC is night, 7:30, 8 p.m. or so. And then on Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, PPI and everything, same 12:30. And then Friday, we have CPI for March, inflation, Michigan consumer rates, and sentiment. Same time. So just be open for New York sessions throughout the week. New York sessions throughout the week. As you can see, all this place now, they didn't tell you about Trump's speech or whatever. They will not tell you because they cannot put this man inside the FX book market, the FX calendar. Just stay up, stay vigilant, and watch his channels, the White House, his personal account, his Twitter page, and everything. That is where the news comes from. He makes moves more than all these things here, more than all of them. So, having said that, I think that is all we've done. So, I've done all your pairs. Thanks be to God. Because the idea of me not doing so many pairs, I've already told you guys why. Remember, everything we are doing here is we are a community. It's not a fan thing. Nobody is my fan here. Nobody should fan me. So it's a community thing. Because if we keep doing it like this, you get used to the pairs you trade. You get used to all of them. And when you get used to all of them, if you wake up and I tell you what's the bias of GU, you already know because you do them last week, you do them last 2 weeks, you do them last year. When you get into even this 5 is still too much. I told you guys 5 is still too much. But the point is, you know the point already. So if I show you my personal watch list now, I'm no longer even trading 2 pairs, 5 pairs. It's now 3. It is now 3. And it's not because I cannot do all of them well, but the more you grow in this game, the more you reduce what you're looking out for. The more you grow, in fact, let me show you guys. The more you grow, the more you reduce what you're looking out for. Because, that's the pair that gives you the money. You know that this guy moves mad and you are there. Doing what? We don't have the volatility for gold, but you want to start trading gold. And why do you hate yourself so much? Simple. This is my watch list. Gold, silver, USD, JPY. For now. So if you notice on Friday, people that wanted to trade this on Friday, look at how price left them. Whoa, what is happening? Anyway, it's Monday. Okay. Okay. Like I told you, I'm in a buy on this. This is around 1 a.m. I'm also in a buy on this. So let's see how it goes. The TP is somewhere here. But I took the buy from 4 hours though. So my 4 hour is showing me a sell structure. are you seeing the FVG there? So before that point, let's know how it goes. I'm not dropping anything. Last week we made 0R last week because all our trade was missed. Most of them were missed. So I'm not analyzing any good for anybody. If you like waiting, I'm not analyzing for anybody. So that is all for today. This is just me telling you, I don't do what I don't preach. See when we dey hot, and then this time can't chop loss. I think it's from this place we chop that loss. But the hot season is coming. Don't worry. We're not in a rush. So 3 pairs, that's all you need. 2 pairs, that's all you need. 1 pair, that's all you need. But then for you not to be handicapped when there's no trade, that's why you need 2 or at most 3. But seeing you people carrying 100 pairs and everything, God bless you. But then I ain't gonna do that. So thank you very much for joining today. And if you found this very, very insightful, if you found this educational, if you find any value actually, kindly like, comment, and share. And then see you on the same channel on Friday by 9 p.m. Enjoy your Easter and have a very productive week ahead. Thank you very much, Timmy. Thank you very much, others that joined. See you on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your week.